Yes, my name is Nathan Benson. I'm with a company, it's a U.S. technology company called Governful, and we provide government software solutions for helping specifically in the domain of financial management and revenue management systems. So the two platforms that we're offering here in the Philippines, one of them is called PROA. PROA stands for Public Resource Optimization Application. And the goal with PROA is we want to help optimize and make sure every peso that a government spends is spent the best and transparent way possible. And then the other system is called RAIS, which stands for Revenue Acceleration Information System. And the mission with RAIS is we want to help governments automate their tax administration, tax management. We want to help them increase their revenue without raising taxes. And so those two systems together really provide a huge part of what a government needs to operate. Mm-hmm. We are relatively new here in the Philippines. We created this relationship with NP Software Solutions less than a year ago, and we're in the process of introducing our systems here with the support of USAID and US TDA to help make this technology available for provinces across the Philippines. No matter how remote and far away you are, it doesn't mean you have to be behind when it comes to technology. Yes, so in terms of requirements, at the provincial level, it's more about getting the backing of the leadership, because anytime you do any major digital transformation, it does require change. And in order to execute that change, it requires a strong leadership from the top with a strong vision of wanting to be successful. And so really our only requirement is that the governor is supportive and wants to help make some positive changes in their province to improve the lives of their constituents through better services. And so as long as the governor supports that, then we can work with him. That's right. So we're doing a soft launch, and we're working with some of our initial partners and really hoping to make some real positive progress. You'll find with our platform, so we've really focused on looking at the software more from the government as a whole perspective, okay? So there's a lot of different platforms that cover little pieces of what a government needs to run, but the problem is every department getting their own system, it creates this big cluster of different systems that don't work together. And that causes a lot of friction, a lot of manual copy paste and processes to kind of try and patch all these systems together. Our approach is we actually have an ecosystem which is basically an entire platform that covers most of the use cases that governments need, which eliminates the whole process of trying to plug, and everything works together very smoothly within our ecosystem. And no other company that is really focusing on the government offers that complete suite like we do. There's going to be a lot of companies that offer pieces, and a lot of good companies that offer different pieces. But we're really trying to help make it everything together, because that's really the only way to give the full, complete automation, at a much more cost-effective approach. Yeah, we would love to. We haven't had any formal discussions with DICT yet, and we'd love to actually have some discussions with them, because this could absolutely help at the national government level, because currently the Philippines government, it's very siloed. There's so many different systems, every department running their own system, none of the systems are working together, and it creates so much friction across the entire government. But absolutely, we would love to explore in any areas where we can help support any digitization efforts, whether it's with our solution or if another solution. We just want to help the Philippines government to make progress. We could definitely help. We could definitely help a lot. Now we don't do everything, right? So we're very much focused on the financial management and the revenue management aspects. But the tax data is typically your most reliable data that any government owns. And so that's usually where we start. We start with the taxpayer data, and then you can use that to help structure a lot of the other data across the government. And so, there's definitely a lot of things we could do to help. Again, we're not going to be the one solution for everything, but in terms of financial management and really helping to streamline how every peso is spent across the government, that's something we are very much willing and hoping to help out with. Data security is super critical nowadays, and so any digital transformation or any government software upgrade that isn't looking at security, I would say, is a huge mistake. And so it's something that we very much prioritize whenever we're engaging and working with governments. And so an important part of our platform, we follow U.S. government requirements and guidelines in terms of how to manage data security. And then whenever we work with a client, like a province in the Philippines or wherever, the data is owned by that government. We don't have that data. That's not our data. It's it's the government's data. We're just helping to provide the tools and the platform to help them organize their data. And then we invest a lot in terms of security and controls to protect that data on behalf of the government. I mean, change is not easy, and especially when you've been doing things one way for a long time, and then you try to change and make things better, it takes time. And sometimes people struggle with the change because they're not used to doing things that way. And so that's, again, we're having the right leadership at the top who can support those change management efforts can absolutely make the project a success. But sometimes it will require some effort and some challenges, but it's definitely something we can overcome through working together.
Vision and missions of your company.
Our mission is we want to help governments. Number one, really what we want to do is help governments increase their revenue without raising taxes. And that's through more efficient operations of their tax administration. Because that revenue management system is really the lifeblood of your local economy, because that affects how much you pay in taxes and making sure that everybody's paying their fair share. And so it's a really critical system. So that's what we're all about, is really helping to drive meaningful change and efficiency with government operations. We'd love to. We would love to invite everyone, any government officials who has any questions. You're welcome to check out our website, governful.com. We've got a lot of information there. And you can also contact us through our website. We would love to chat. And if you have any specific problems or use cases or things that you're struggling with in terms of streamlining your government operations, we'd love to have a conversation about it and see how we can help you out.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you all and wish you the best.